Hey, folks, welcome to Advisory. Happy Thursday. We're almost done with our first week. It seems like things have been going pretty smoothly around here, which we love to see. Hopefully, you're getting in the groove and understanding where to go and how to get there on time. We've got another
How to be a Longhorn
for you today, and it's very exciting. Today, we are talking about our phone policy.
Yeah, it's time to
talk about our phone when it's time to use them
and it's time to leave them alone.
Get in the zone, I'm on my phone, so leave me alone, cause I'm on my phone, I'm on my phone. Yeah, I'm on my phone.
He's on his phone.
That's right, folks. We are talking about our phone policy here today on W2 White's campus. Phones are, of course, a very normal part of life. They are unavoidable. Most everybody has one. And so it's important to address them in the handbook. Because while phones can be a good thing, can be a positive, they also have a lot of harmful qualities that we need to pay attention to and learn how to balance. And to be really specific about our policy, we are going to be thinking about time in terms of these two options. At school, there is either instructional time, where it's class time from the tardy bell until dismissal, when you are actively engaged in the classwork. And of course, there is non-instructional time that happens throughout the day. And this is when you're not in class. It's before and after school, during passing periods, or during lunch. During instructional time, class time in between the bells, teachers will establish specific expectations or policies for phone usage within their own class. So not all of your teachers are going to have the same phone policy, but they are going to be clear with you about what their policy is, and you are expected to follow that. Students may not leave the classroom with their phones during instructional time. This includes to go to the bathroom. So when you sign out to go to the bathroom, before your teacher lets you have the pass, they should have a place for you to leave your phone. The policy also states that students will respect those expectations whenever it comes to what their phone policy is, and that at any time, if a teacher finds that a phone is being disruptive or in some way harmful to what is going on in class, then teachers reserve the right to confiscate a student's phone until the end of class. So it's really about paying attention to each of your teachers' policy when it comes to phones. Some teachers ask that you put the phone in a pouch right when you walk in, and some teachers allow you to have it at your desk, but then ask you to put it away during certain times. When it comes to phones, whatever the teacher asks, that's what we expect you to do. During instructional time, if a student continues to use their phone disruptively or to get it out against the teacher's requests, then the situation may be elevated to other levels. The first elevated offense will have the phone at the front office. The second offense, the phone is taken and the student has to pay. The third offense, the phone is taken, the student has to pay, and the students will lose phone privileges for 5 school days, where they can't even have it. Further violations may result in students being prohibited from phone use on school grounds, and student may be subject to further disciplinary actions as is determined by the principals. So really, you should never get to any of these situations because you're going to respect the teacher's request in their classroom when it comes to phones. So it doesn't even have to become an issue. That's during instructional time. Non-instructional time, which again is before or after school, during passing periods, and during lunch. Students can use their phones during non-instructional time as much as they want. However, when using personal devices, students should consider the expectations of the handbook, the code of conduct, the recording policy, and digital citizenship expectations. Phone use before school or during the passing periods should not cause a student to be late to class or otherwise disrupt the educational environment for themselves or others. Also, this is very important when you're walking through the halls and you have your earphone in, make sure you only have one in. This is just so that everybody can hear everybody and can hear things coming down the hall and can be aware of their surroundings and also be able to hear if somebody calls out to you. There's a couple of other policies that are attached to our phone policy, like our recording policy, which says that students may not take pictures or record audio or video during the school day on school grounds without express permission from the person or persons being recorded. This includes fellow students, teachers, and other staff members. Taking and or posting pictures without the subject's knowledge or consent is considered an invasion of privacy. If you're going to take pictures of or record somebody, you have to have their consent or permission. Also, with the use of technology, we are all digital citizens. We all exist in some way online, whether that's on social media or how we write emails, or in general, how we present ourselves. So when using personal or district devices to engage with others in any form of online communication, students should consider the following. Number one, present your online image as authentically as your personal image. How you act online should reflect who you are or who you try to be in person. Next, understand that everything you post, like, search for, or send online is information that can make up your online image. Anything done online can and often does stick with you.
And yes, that does include Snapchat.
You got to be careful with what you post and what you do online. We've lived long enough with this technology now that we have seen what happens when people do something dumb online or say something dumb online, and it follows them into their adulthood or into their careers. Just assume that everything you do online can in some way be pulled back to you. Next, consider the privacy of yourself and others when choosing what information to post or send. You don't want to send or post anything that doxes anyone, where you give out someone's personal phone number or address or something like that online. And you don't want to do that with yourself either, because again, it's online and you don't know who's watching. A good digital citizen treats others with the same kindness and consideration that they would face to face. It goes back up to this first point of acting authentically and being the same person that you are online as you are offline. And then use only approved networks and district-owned devices. Do not search or visit sites that would be deemed inappropriate in an educational setting. Everything, and I mean everything that you do online on the district network can be traced by our tech department, and it's attached to your name. So just keep all these things in mind when it comes to using online resources and communicating with others online. And finally, in our phone policy is also contained our cyberbullying policy. This states that students should avoid engaging in all forms of cyberbullying when interacting with others online. And cyberbullying is defined as the use of technology to repeatedly and intentionally harass, hurt, humiliate, or intimidate another person. Students who are found to be engaging in this behavior against another person will be subject to disciplinary action at the principal's discretion. Doing little things to hurt people online or harass people online is just as bad as doing so in person, and it will be treated like that. All right, that does it for our phone policy. Going to go on to the next slide and continue with our icebreaker questions, but this time, of course, with your B-Day advisory group. So I know you did this yesterday with your A-Day group, and now you're going to do it with your B-Day group, and maybe you can pick a different number, get a different question. But enjoy those icebreaker questions and enjoy getting to know each other a little bit better. Be good to yourself and others, and I'll see you tomorrow.